First sponsor. Great on the Sonata. Six balls has been with 12 seconds almost up clock. 12 seconds to shoot.
Ongoing for OSG, we have Agaw, Macaraig, Manalo, Ramos, and Avila. For PLDT, we have Chen, Reyes, Estomata, Gutierrez, and Kiamas. Now for these two games, in every bracket, of course, they are bracketed into 7 teams of 2. Or that means 7 teams in 2 brackets. As we see this first field goal by Macaraig. The one group in one bracket, as we see this basket by Chen. They're gonna play a single round robin of 6 games. So after the 6 games, the top 4 teams will advance to the quarterfinals. Same thing with the other group. Now, because of some cancellations last April, and also this upcoming elections of May, next week we will be back to the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule of the Mga Bansa Basketball League, and our elimination round will end at the end of this May, probably May 31st to be exact, because those games that were canceled due to unfortunate circumstances last April will be played on a later date. Agaw and the white shirts of OSG, they're gonna try to play loose basketball. They only have 5 minutes. Oh, look at that! Manalo hitting it from the PBA's 4-point line, but it will be considered a FIBA 3-point shot. Reyes losing the handle. Now PLDT now with a 3-0 record. If they win tonight, they will be 4-0. OSG still undefeated, or still winless rather, in 3 outings. And it will be hard pressed to them to play 40 basketball minutes, especially these 5 on the floor. Macaraig offline. Here comes the digital fast break, and it will be a bucket. Estomata. Estomata is averaging. I'll check that for a minute. 3 minutes gone. Quarter number 1. Estomata is averaging close to 9 points per game. Interception by Kiamas. And of course, as expected, PLDT off to a blazing start. Avila brings up the floor for the white shirts. We have some rains earlier this afternoon, but I chose to arrive here very early since I have no commitments. But I will be out on Friday due to a prior commitment in the collegiate league in Las Marinas, Cavite. But I will be back on the Saturday triple header of Mga Bansa Basketball League starting at 4. That's the only game that I will miss, as Chen misses the 3 and there's a stick back by Gutierrez. Miguel Gutierrez will be playing on his first game for PLDT as Manalo drills another triple. It's Manalo's night tonight. Actually, Manalo is one of the top scorers for the Patriots, averaging 22.3 points per game, 5.8 rebounds. First field goal for Gutierrez. It's now 12-8 for PLDT. You can see that they are pretty loose basketball here. Finally, a heat check there by Manalo. Good defensive stance by Chen. And here comes a tap by the Patriots. Of course, I just shook hands to the coach of OSG, Coach Chris King de la Cruz. Of course, he is one of the coaches and broadcasters. By the way, we're going to invite you also to the upcoming broadcasting seminar headed by Noel Zarate, the Masterclass PH. As Estomata fails to cash in a triple. And the PLDT Digitals with a 4-point lead under 5 minutes to play. And that's a missed 3-point shot once again for the Red Shirts. The broadcasting seminar will be next week. Aga with a basket. It will be on May 16 to 18 in Quezon City in the Araneta Avenue at the SGS Foundation building. This is for aspiring broadcasters like me. I have gone to the seminar of Noel Zarate 7 years ago. And to tell you frankly, as we see this basket there by PLD Digitals, the first gig as an analyst was here in the Kings of the Court Productions. That was about almost 7 years ago, as we see this jumper from the corner by Avila. So join us for a broadcasting seminar like no other, the Masterclass PH. For more inquiries, contact us at Viber at 0919-388-7887. Make it count for you. That's the tagline for the Masterclass PH. First foul of the game, so that a new 5 on the floor for PLDT Digitals. Año Nuevo, Boyko Santos, Imasa, and I can see the jersey there at the back. But anyway, we'll pause for a break. We'll have a timeout. Alright, folks, coming back here in Pasig City, and of course, your story, Empire. I'm also sending prayers to my dad, who is nursing a stroke at the Veterans Memorial Medical Center. Hopefully, I could visit him tomorrow for some words of advice. It's really tough for me on my part, on my family, but of course, life should continue. And at my age of 44, I need to be very strong. Jump shot. Not there for Digitals. Well, OSG Patriots will try to give PLDT Digitals a pretty close game, probably in the first half, but in the second half it will be a different story. Now Manalo begin to miss after 2 made triples from 28 feet out. There's a 3-point shot. And now the Patriots are running. The stamina will be a factor here starting the second half as Avila fails to convert. Baseline drive. That is a rejection by Boyko. And here comes the red shirts of PLD Digital Santos. Ano Nuevo. And here comes the attack. A lot of bumping there. That's a miss. That's Ake. Neither team in penalty. Both teams are 1 team fouls apiece. The shot clock is at 10 seconds. Looking for a decent shot. There's a switch. A much bigger defender on him. Boyko really distracting Agaw. To the shot clock. Agaw can't make the triple. Rebound controlled by the Digitals. On the rebel spots from 3-point region. And Bacaraig clears the board for the white shirts. So it's pretty much of, for the PLD Digitals. They want to start the streak strong by hitting shots, but they haven't done that 100%. Macaraig elicits a foul from unknown Nuevo. Referee Jess Borjas graphically describe it to our venue announcer Di Santiago. Di Santiago, very early arriving in this venue, same as mine. Alright, the first free throw is no good. And while Nuevo is taking the second free throw which he made, of course, you're still watching the Makabansa Basketball League presented to you by the Metro Pacific Investments Corporation, San Miguel Global Power, First Philec, MGen, Pacific Power, Aboitiz Power, Lanco Pacific, Quezon Power Philippines, Smart Communications, Wilson Basketball, and our official venue, Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. We are under 2 minutes remaining. OSG Patriots keeping it close. They now have 6 players. One of them arrived just before the tip-off. Whoops. So turnover. He's hadn't warm up. That's I think that's Palasao, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's Bagbilao. Ayla. Whoa! Look at it. Hold it. Hold it. That is an extra curricular by Boyko, and the referees will decide on this matter. That is not necessary. You know, sometimes our assistant coaches like Randy Del Campo and Bong Rabena, they know that Ira Boyko is a enforcer, but when he knew that there is a whistle by the ref, Boyko should take control. So it's a holding foul on OSG's Macaraig, and Boyko will be called for the technical for second motion. Alright, excessive motion or second motion was the verdict by the refs on Ira Boyko. It will be a technical free throw in which Manalo will be the designated team hitter. Early in the first quarter, he scored 8 points, make that 9. And Boyko apologizes to the table official and to the coach for his misconduct. Deadlock at 16, a minute remaining. From the wings, it's a 3 ball. It's a made basket. It is Imasa's triple. 19-16. It's a 3-point lead for the Digitals. They are the defending champions. Ramos, low post play. There's going to be a foul against Santos. By the way, Harry Santos, our international referee for FIBA, he is our technical head for tonight, supervising our SPP referees. And speaking of SPP, they have a lot of leagues that they have officiating, and of course the upcoming 18 Fuel Oil Eco Oil ECJ Preseason Cup presented to you by Playtime Games will be on Sunday, May 18. Nice fast break finish. Mark Ake with his first field goal. Final 13 seconds of quarter number 1. Here's the move. Avila wants to create, but it's in vain. 2 seconds to remain. They need to put it out. Is he aware of time? No, that's too late. That is too late. That shot will not count. Alright, so first quarter goes to a close. So it is a 21-16 advantage by the PLDT Digitals. Let's see if in the second quarter they can zoom into a more biblical proportions of an up lead. All right, good afternoon, folks. So welcome back, and you're still watching the elimination round of Makabansa Basketball League here in the Barangco Gym. Now, time for me to give some of the Facebook viewers at the Facebook page of Makabansa Basketball League. Let's say hello to Carl Isaiah Egana. Also shouting out for Carlos Ancheta. Let's see if this guy will play in this second quarter. My name is Ryan Paulo, your commentator for today. We'll bring you two games. Later on, we'll have the Asen Chargers versus Gen 3 of General Trias. And of course, here in the Makabansa Basketball League, we encourage our 64 plus million voters on May 12, 2025. Vote wisely. Alright, 5 seconds on the shot clock now for the white shirts. But it is a turnover, and here comes the fast break for the red shirts of PLDT Digitals. That is close to offensive foul, but just for assess, there's going to be a foul against OSG. Alright, 2 free throws will be awarded for this guy. Alright, it's a split. He is Christian Delovino. His first point tonight, averaging 7 points and 3 rebounds and almost 4 assists per game. It's a 6-point lead for PLDT, 22-16. Avila fails miserably from 3-point range, didn't hit anything. Alright, the big guy will drive. That is almost a made basket there by Gutierrez. Very tall and very bulky lineup for the Digitals. Of course, they're preparing this combination if they face top tier teams, as we see this 3-point bomb explosion by Delovino. So we're seeing a little separation for PLDT. Siyam na puntos ang kanilang kampante. 25-16. And there's going to be a foul on Delovino. So again, the teams I'm going to mention are the teams that are really competitive. That's AAP Cavaliers, still undefeated. Also OP, Office of the President, still undefeated. Also undefeated is DENR Warriors. So yun, ganun kagaling mga teams natin. Fast break completion for the PLDT Digitals. Delovino assist from Herdy. 27-16. MPTC, they only have one loss against DNNR, and then the rest are convincing wins. There's Avila for 3. Avila struggling. Look away pass. And it's going to be a foul on Avila. That's really a mismatch, you know. The 3-stock formation of PLDT Digitals. Nahirapan ako mag-pronounce. Digitals. Nabubulol ako. Ang ibig ko sabihin, mga kaibigan, yung stock formation ng PLDT Digitals, as we see this basket there by Delovino, he's already got 8 points if I'm not mistaken. Yun yung classic yun yung classic fast break na pinapagawa ni Coach Chopres. Remember, ang kanilang sister company yung TNT o yung Talk and Text, also powered by Smart, ay naglalaro sa PBA. They're looking for a Grand Slam. They won the PBA Commissioner's Cup. Yung Commissioner's Cup po, yun yung mga imports na 6'9" height limit. At yung Governor's Cup ng height ay 6'6". Now, this will be the problem for OSG. Wala silang kapalitan. They only have 5 men, or they only have 1 replacement. They only have 6 players. It will be hard press, and that is a good bank shot by Gutierrez. Alright, check that. Delovino has a total of 6, not 8, okay? 15 points is the lead by the Digitals. And we have this foul.
Foul number 14 for the Patriots. That's his first personal foul. Foul number 2 for PLDT. Subdivision.
All right, 2 more free throws for Agaw. He is Joe Agaw, averaging a double-double of 11 points and 10 rebounds, plus close to 5 assists per game. So Agaw missed free throws. That has been the problem of OSG all tournament long, yung kanilang free throw shooting. 3-point shot from the corner. That's almost to the edge of the board, but the rebounding is height and might for the Digitals. Hardy with a basket. 4 minutes gone, second quarter, 6 minutes. Ramos will check in for PLDT. Iupo muna si Armincia. Ang lamang po ng PLDT ay 17, 33 to 16. And we have a big boss of Smart Communications back in harness, Mr. Kaboom, Jude Torquato. Just missed a shot. Uy! Nadulas. May dulas sa bahagi doon. Teka muna. It's a rarity that because of some rains that we have, our floor is a little bit slippery, and Gutierrez luckily survives that slip. Of course, folks, si Jude Torquato is a veteran broadcaster, now one of the executives for Smart Communications. Of course, previous to that, he is also president for channel operations of Fox International, also program director before of Solar Sports, and also part of ABS-CBN Sports. So he has a wide array of resumes spanning for almost 30 years. That's the one and only Mr. Kaboom, Jude Torquato. Binabantayan niya si Avila. 5 minutes and 27. We're now on the halfway point of the second quarter. Avila with the runner. And there's the rebound control by the Digitals. Here's Jude. Classic fast break finish. Hardy with a heady play. The lead is 20 for the Digitals. 36-16. Jude almost had a steal. Had a piece of it against Manalo. The follow away by Manalo. And Manalo will take 2 with this foul against Yamsa. Alright, Bernard Manalo. I already told him his average of close to 23 points per game and 6 rebounds. He already has 10, now 11. (36-18) for PLDT. Here's Jude. Inside play for the Digitals. That is a power play. Ramos extricating his might inside. I can see the bench, of course, head coach Bong Lavena, who is the consultant of TNT Tropangiga, of course. Assistant coach for the Smart Communications and also for TNT is Ranidel Ario Del Campo. Nice up fake by Manalo. Rebound controlled once again by Hardy. Here's Jude. Here comes another PLDT fast break. Not this time around. And Hardy wisely gives up a foul. By the way, just to take note, 3 years from now, in 2028, PLDT, the nation's First Telecommunications Company will celebrate its centennial. Kaya pala talagang ginaganahan maglaro ang mga empleyado mula sa mababa hanggang sa mga eksekutibo ng PLDT. Pinapatunayan ka na ng makabansa. No? No less than the chairman, MVP, Manuel V. Pangilinan. Almost a steal there. It will retain for OSG, but they only have 6 seconds on the shot clock. The score now is 39-18, exactly 4 minutes before our 5-minute halftime break. Turnover. Nobody picked the ball. Imasa. The reverse. And that is an easy getaway. Coach Chris King de la Cruz will call a timeout to map out the next play for OSG. They are trailing by 23. Continuing the coverage of your Makabansa Basketball League live and direct from Pasig City. Avila brings it up court. Lopez play for Manalo. Manalo spots, and he has 13 points. The lead is 21 points for PLDT. Ano Nuevo is open. Short on that one. And the ball goes out of bounds. We're approaching the 3-minute mark of this quarter number 2. Siyempre sa mga Cebuanos na nanonood, as we see another basket there by Ramos. Maayong gabi kaninong tanan, mga kasangkayan sa mga Cebu. Of course, binabati ko po ang aking pinakamamahal na girlfriend, Sunshine Gimmery. We'll see you very soon by July. In the meantime, a basket. Alright, with this 2-minute and 50 mark, PLDT Digitals, they have a 21-point advantage. Almost a turnover. Ito na, Jude Torquato. Wide open for Jude. He booked it. He always say that when he did the broadcast. If it's a 2-pointer, you book that one. That's Jude Torquato. While there's a foul, let me remind you again that this annual affair of the teams of private and public sector of the Makabansa Basketball League Season 3 is presented to you by Metro Pacific Investments Corporation, San Miguel Global Power, First Philic, M-Gen, Pacific Power, Aboitiz Power, Lanco Pacific, Quezon Power Philippines, Smart Communications, Wilson Basketball, and official venue partner is Meralco. Folks, this weekend we're gonna also post on the Makabansa Basketball League Facebook page, as we see this inside foray by Ayla Boyko, the updated team standings. Remember, on the 2 brackets that we have for the 14 teams, 10 from public, 4 from private, they will have a total of 6 games. Great, that's a nerve shadowing shot block there by Ramos. Manalo 3-pointer in vain. Under 2 minutes to play. 47-24 PLDT. Here's Jude. He will not shoot a 3. He will make his teammates better. And Ramos runs amok inside the paint. We'll give you the first half stats later. Manalo misses. Ano Nuevo brings it up court. Ano Nuevo will fire. Got it. So So the PLDT Digitals now cruising to a 28-point lead, 52-24. Nice pass. However, he blew it. Boyko, the big guy. Boyko all the way. 54-24. The lead is 30. Exactly a minute left. Avila puts it up. It's in. Scoring spree continues. And the Digitals of PLDT will slow it down. They have a big 28-point margin. Buiko, tama lagi, Anya Nuevo. They're looking for Jude actually, pero yung pasa masyado mahina. 2-1 fast break for the Patriots. Avila cannot convert. Bounce pass, Manalo. 16 points already for Manalo. Alright, here comes the Digitals. Here's Jude. He's looking for a 3. No, he will pass it. There's a double team. Baseline, Ramos. 10 seconds to go. Here comes the shot. It's good. 56-30. Last shot time. 1 second. Anunuevo puts it up. Almost. Folks, first half is history. The score on our ledger, 30 points for the Office of Solicitor General and 56 for the Philippine Long Distance Telephone. It's now a halftime break.
The largest single-site solar project and battery energy storage system in the world rises in the Philippines.
Proud Bulakenyo ako. Mas proud ngayon kasi makikilala kami sa buong mundo dahil sa Terra Solar. Bukod dyan ay dadami ang trabaho at lalago ang negosyo dito sa amin.
The technology we are deploying here is cutting edge, ensuring a more reliable energy system for the Philippines.
Terra Solar is more than just a power project. It is our commitment to a greener and sustainable future. We aim to provide a substantial percentage of the Philippines' energy needs, which will offset carbon dioxide emissions by 4.3 million tons annually.
We are building on the hopes and dreams of the communities we serve. Terra Solar is a beacon of progress, showing the world that the Philippines is taking bold steps in the clean energy revolution.
In a world where change is constant and can drastically impact the lives of people around you, knowledge and innovation are the most valuable assets. Being in the service of the Filipino people, we at First Philac are bound to our commitment to provide world-class transformer solutions to our customers. For over 45 years, we have been the premier solutions provider to the country's power utilities, commercial and industrial businesses. And we have grown to be the largest manufacturer of amorphous transformers in Southeast Asia. As we commit to perfection, we constantly engage our customers and anticipate their developing needs. We keep in touch with customers to address their current and emerging pain points, until everything we do enhances the life it touches. As a result, we have innovated our transformers to consistently meet industry standards at the lowest total owning cost. Armed with a fixed menu and a wide range of solutions offering, we are able to customize our approach to varied clients in the utility, property, commercial and industrial sectors. Our commitment for service excellence comes from the desire to make a positive difference in the lives of everyone around us. Our wide presence in the country attests to the quality of service we provide. Meeting customer needs is the heart of our business. We offer a wide array of services, from the supply of pole-type and pad-mounted transformer solutions to packaging substations and switchgears. Our compact substations can be mobile capable, plug-and-play and expandable. It aids customers in minimizing operational downtime. We provide service options that go beyond the mere one-time supply, and we integrate offers with worry-free services. Experienced engineers spearheading the preventive and corrective maintenance and calibrating the controls and relays of your transformers and distribution systems as needed. With exemplary service, customers get their money's worth for the efficient solutions we provide. That makes a modern lifestyle possible. Inasmuch as we focus on our commitment to serve customers, the source of our strength also lies in people. Our discipline is centered on providing the best service to the Filipino people for nation development. Because commitment requires focus, dedication, and passion, our company is made up of people desiring for excellence. We value hard work and conduct all aspects of our business with honesty.
Okay, folks, we are about to start this second half of basketball action of the Office of Solicitor General Patriots and the Philippine Long Distance Telephone Digitals. It's not the second quarter, but we are in the third quarter of action. Now, let me bring you first the halftime stats for both squads. For OSG, they're only shooting 27%, 11 of 40 field goals. For PLDT, they're shooting a whopping 56%, 25 of 44. Assist, big difference, 17 to 7. And look at this, fast break points, 20 to nothing for PLDT. No fast break points so far for the Patriots as we see this 3-point bomb. Now for the leading scorers for both squads, for OSG, 17 points already in the first half by Manalo, Avila with 4, and Anga with 4. For PLDT Digitals, Delovino with 8, Ramos with 7, and Imasa with 5. Happy to have you with us. Continuing coverage of your Makabansa Basketball League. Come to you from the gym of Meralco Fitness Center, Pasig City. Right now, it's cloudy. Earlier, we had some afternoon rains. But it's all right now as we see Reyes with another take 2 on that foul. My name is Ryan Powell, your commentator for tonight. Again, this is just the first game for our doubleheader. Second game will feature the Gentry and Ascent. The Friday's games, my substitute commentator will be filling my shoes because I will do the announcer duties in Dasmariñas, Cavite for the NCRAA. So it will be difficult for me to arrive on time at 7 since that league will finish at 5 p.m. there in Dasma, Cavite. So we'll have a new commentator on board. Hope. My wish is, who knows, Diego de la Paz will be there. In the meantime, the lab. Not the lab, but instead Avila goes for the running shot. Estomata. Yung tinatawag sa Tagalog na talagang inispatan, inestima. Pero hindi pumasok. The lead is 27 points for PLDT. Now their defense work and the offense is now free-flowing. 62 to 33. Avila puts it up. Rebound controlled by the Red Shirts. Penetration by Cruz. Got it. Sorry, it's not Cruz. It's Chen. 19 points overall for Manalo, leading all scorers. But it will be hard pressed for the Patriots. They only have 7 men tonight. They're undermanned, but they keep on fighting despite the odds stacked against them. Of course, sa makabansa basketballing, marami sa ating mga executives at mga players ay nanonood din ng NBA. Ang update natin, Cleveland already 2-0. Tyrese Halliburton with the game winner for Indiana. The rest is 1-0. We have this shot, 3-pointer. Nope. 1-0 for New York against Boston. 1-0. Sino ba yung kalaban ng OKC? Denver, no? Nice pass by Chen. And then on the Minnesota Golden State din ang lamang 1-0. That is the best of 7 NBA semifinals. Siyempre, the Makabansa Basketball League also supporting a fellow Filipino sports athlete. Alex Iala now will now compete today in the Madrid Open. It's a clay court thing with the prize money. Hopefully he could reach at least round of 32, round of 16. That will be a big improvement on her rankings. Turn around by Manalo. What a shot! Reminds me of Willie Miller. When he took that shot, may bumabantay sa kanya, stretch up his arms, fade away, it's all net. Reminds me of Willie Miller. 21 points for Manalo, and he got the steal. Avila brings it on court. There's a tap from behind. So that's one, we call it the play of the day. Here comes the big guy. Di pala Herdy yan. We will double check his name kasi nakalagay sa jersey. Well, anyway, John Herdy Duran pala. Duran. Pasensya na po. It's Duran, ha? Hindi Herdy. Herdy is his middle name. Duran is his last name. Ayun. Para magkalinawan tayo. 68-37 PLDT. Long distance shot didn't make it. Here's Duran. Oh, it's not Duran. It is Reyes. This is the first game of Martin Reyes. So the big guys of PLDT now complete. That means they're gonna play suffocating defense just like that. They force a backward violation. With a good defensive stance by Chen. 5:24 to go. Look at this. The two big guys passing each other. Duran and Reyes collaborating. On the other side of the floor, turnovers continue to pile up of OSG Patriots. Alright, Agaw checks back in. And we'll also have more substitutions for PLDT. Jude Torquato, one of the executives of PLDT. But before that, the Office of Solicitor General of Coach Quiz King de la Cruz calls for time. Alright, back in harness here at the Meralco Gym. Let's check this one. Okay, here it comes. Jude Torquato almost making a three-pointer. I'm gonna say it, kaboom. Muntik na. 72-37. Jude is pressing. Oh, got a steal by Jude. And here comes. Oh! Nabitawan. Nabitawan ng bola, mga kaibigan. Four and a half remaining in this third quarter. It is now 72-37. There's a heist, and there's going to be a bucket by Armincha. Oh, another heist and another basket by De Lubino. Now we're seeing a carnage for PLDT. No mercy. They're now bamboozled the Patriots tonight. It's really hard if you cannot break the press. And Coach Christine De La Cruz presses the timeout buzzer because they were outscored by PLDT 10-0. Back to live action, Makaraig for the OSG. Let's see what will be the ploy of Coach Chris Kinel Cruz. Makaraig stumbles on the floor. Abila will fire a three-point shot. That is nothing. And here comes Ake. We'll finish this nonchalantly. 3:25 to play, quarter number 3. 82-37 for PLDT. Oh, Jude, good pressing defense there. Ando Nuevo will finish. The press is on. You know, this is like a familiar Ateneo press. Yung ginagawa ngayon ni Coach Bong Rapena. Yan ang ginagawa rin sa TNT. That's a good defensive stance. 84-37. Here's a pick by Jude. Anunueva is open. He drills a three-pointer. (87-37). There's a trap. With only 7 players, it's hard. But Manalo says, I'll try everything I can in my power. But he fails from 3-point arc. Ake, fire reverse. That's too much. Agaw lays it up and it's strong. Gets it right back with almost 2 minutes remaining. Third period. Avila fails to convert. Alright. Santos will bring it up court. Open shot, Ake. All day to shoot. No, Jude Torquato. He will take 2. He's now one of the few people in the SMART board of directors. So always reporting directly to Mr. MVP himself, Manuel V. Pangilinan, for the MVP group of companies. And he's also the president of SMART, vice president of communications for Smart Sports. How about that? That's why it's also simulcast on Smart Sports. A split by Jude Torquato. A minute and 51. The score is 88-37. Let's begin again. The sponsors of your Makabansa Basketball League Season 3. Metro Pacific Investments Corporation, San Miguel Global Power, First Philic, MGen, Pacific Power, Aboitiz Power, Lanco Pacific, Quezon Power Philippines, Smart Communications, Wilson, and Meralco. Manalo has 23 points, leading all scorers. Up, it's the pass is a little bit low. Avila with a quick steal. Much bigger dependent on him. Here's the shot. That is airball. Exactly 1 minute left. Third period. Ano Nuevo is open. Ano Nuevo is hot. He's now in double figures. 91-39. Manalo once again. The fall away. It's a heat check. 30 ticks before we call it a quarter. Sidestep move. Ake. Jun Torcuado getting the offensive rebound. Santos keeps it alive. Fires a three. Good! We're down to the final 10 seconds before we call this quarter history. Third quarter. 94-39. Aga puts it up, and that should do it. Very evident that the digitals of the Philippine long distance telephone will be chalking up this serious win. It's a clinic. 94-39 is our third quarter score. While we start this fourth quarter, my name is Vampire. I just have a short chat earlier before we start the game to Coach Jeff Porino. I asked Coach Jeff as we see this basketball. Coach Jeff, ano magiging mga preparations mo sa PLDT, lalong-lalo na itong mga torneo? May mga teams na medyo selardueran at may mga teams tayo na talagang matinik. Well, sabi niya sa akin, alam mo, pagka si Coach Bong Rabena nakaupo lang at tinitext niya yung mga bosses ng TNT o nagpiprepare sa PBA o sa iba pang liga, that means that PLD Digitals can control this game. Pero sabi niya, pag ang kalaban namin AFP, ang kalaban namin na OP, ang kalaban namin Idina, magpiprepare kami ng matindi. Mag-i-strategize kami, magtutulungan kami mga coaches. So that's a very very animated answer by Coach Jeff Morillo. Coach Jeff Morillo also coaching the muta ko na yung team niya, pero he's handling 16-18 under young men para mahubog ang kanilang basketball savvy. Ira, who got a technical error, now he's taking control and he will visit the line for two. Now, let's take a look at the third quarter scoring for both teams. Simulan natin sa OSG, the Office of Solicitor General. They scored only 16 points in the first quarter, 14 in the second, and 9 in the third for a total of 39. Para naman sa PLDT, they scored 21 points in the first, 35 in the second, and 38 in the third for a total of 94. So those two quarters, 35 plus 38, that's a total of 73 points. Imagine that. In just two quarters, PLDT has torched the hoop for 73 markers. Gaya na sinabi ko po sa Biyernes, wala po ako. Meron po tayong substitute commentator for the Makapansa Basketball League. But I'll be back, God willing, on Saturday, May 10. The meeting de avance of our national candidates for the upcoming elections on Monday. We will resume on Tuesday, right a day after the elections. Banging Ban is there with offensive rebound. Manalo so far has 23 points, leading all scorers. Oops! Interception. Fast break completion forthcoming. Yes, sir. What a great assist. Estomata consummates. Okay. 97-41, just a 3-point field goal, and PLDT will reach its century hurdle. Only 3 seconds on the shot clock. I don't think they're gonna put up a shot on time. No, they don't. It will be a shot clock violation for OSG. Abangan niyo po ang ating next game. It's gonna be General Trias versus Ascent Chargers. Ascent Corporation. One of the 4 private companies that we have. The other one is MPTC, PLDT, and Menalco. Nice pass. 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists for Manalo. Gutierrez now has a total of 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a shot block. So it's gonna be, we can safely say now with this 99-43 that PLDT will notch its way to win number 4 and stay undefeated. And still have 2 more games to play. And of course, this game for PLDT is in the refrigerator. The door is closed. The heads are cooling. The butter's getting hard. The jello's jiggling. Not anymore costly turnover, but they're gonna give Manalo an opportunity to pile up some points. It's garbage time. Well, the moral of the story for this particular ball game, PLDT with a complete 15-man lineup. OSG only have 7. That's already a disparity. Alright, nagpe-prepare na po ating Ascent Chargers. They will be on light-colored uniforms. Ang dark naman yung Gentry mamaya. Bernard Manalo, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists so far. 27. 99-45, just a point away for PLDT to reach the century mark. Belovino, 3-pointer, got it, that's it. 102 for PLDT. That's a long distance 3-pointer. Siyempre, yung long distance niya, hatid sa inyo ng PLDT. Shot clock at 10 for OSG, Office of Solicitor General. Manalo was rejected, but there's going to be contact in the arm. Alright, Santos will be called for a foul. Alright, Bernard Manalo. He's checking his fingers. May mga bandage yung kanyang shooting hand. But anyway, he had a fine game tonight. 27 points. Only his second miss at the free throw line. 28 for Manalo. 102 to 46. It will be a 58-point lead. Or 56-point lead, I'm sorry. Pati yung mat ko. Sumasablay yung mat ko Nakakaya naman, mapuba naman ako. Hindi, biro lang. 3-point shot. Ano Nuevo hitting the 3-pointer. And he now has a total of 14 points. Swift retaliation by Rubia. His second field goal, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Look at Belovino. Almost made a basket from the offensive rebound. Here's Agaw. Corner shot, yes. Alright, that's Avila scoring the basket. Ang nagpasa si Agaw. 105-50. So itong pangalawang laro natin ay nako. Tulak kabigin itong laro na to kasi parehong match na match itong magkabilang kupunan na yan. 3-pointer no. Belovino off the glass. 107-50. Alright, we're just counting down the minutes and we're gonna officially declare PLDT their 4th victory. They'll still have 2 more games to play, and they can end the elimination round in 6-0. And they will be the number 1 seed on that particular bracket for the quarterfinals. Oops, jump shot. May faking of foul ba? Wala. Tuloy ang laban. Ramos on the break. Ramos lays it in. 109-50. Low post play, Manalo. The foul rate is not there, but you cannot discount this guy, his heart. Already at 28 points. Still a losing effort. Belovino reverse. 111 points for PLDT. If they win in a convincing fashion, they're averaging 120. Yung kumbaga yun yung barrier ng mga team, no? Pag tinatambakan nila yung kalaban, 120 talaga. Ake! Suddenly on breakneck speed, 113-50. Coach Chris King de la Cruz will call the last time out for OSG as they bow to PLDT with just 3 minutes and 25 to play. Folks, while we're now covering the last 3 minutes and 21 of this ball game, let me bring you the leading scores on points for both squads. Para sa Office of Solicitor General Patriots, Manalo so far has 28 points. Avila with 11, Aga with 4, Delovino with 21, Anunuevo with 14, and 11 early. So that means Delovino will be my choice for the player of the game. So the Lovinos with a 21-point production. Okay, we're just counting down the last 3 minutes of this basketball game. And for the last time for this game, at mamaya babanggitin ko pa yung mga sponsors maya-maya lamang. Siyempre ang inyong pinapanood ang Makabansa Basketball League hatid sa inyo ng Metro Pacific Investments Corporation, San Miguel Global Power, First Philec, MGen, Pacific Power, Boytis Power, Lanco Pacific, Quezon Power Philippines, Smart Communications, Wilson Basketball, and Meralco. Mintis ang tira ni Avila. And it's gonna be a stroll in Luneta Park. It's gonna be a basket by Kiamas. Alright, 2 minutes and 15 na lamang bago tayo magtapos sa wire-to-wire finish ng PLDT. So, kaya nag-foul si Manalo. Sabi ko, kahit talo na kami, gusto kong magtapos ako ng 30 puntos. Why not? He can do that if he make 2 free throws. He foiled on the first free throw. Still 28. Alright folks, we're now on the last 2 minutes. This last 2 minutes ay atid sa inyo ng Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. Abila squared for a 3. Not there. And Jude Torcuato will try to finish. Maybe 1 3-pointer for Jude Torcuato. Anunuevo missed the layup. Baka yung konting papawis makakabuman lang ng isa bago magtapos na laro. Manalo can't shake up. Alright, let's position Jude Torcuato for a possible 3 or maybe a layup. No, Anunuevo says, let me take care of this three-pointer. He does. He does. 17 puntos na si Anunuevo. Second leading scorer for PLDT. Manalo still can't buy his 30th point. Gustong-gusto niya makatenta. Pagbigyan niyo naman ako. Yes, 30 na si Manalo. Kota na. 51 takes. Ayan, bumuposisyon na si Jude Torquato sa corner. Gusto niya makatres. Bakit hindi? Alright. Instead, Yamza will not make that 3-pointer with this final 39 seconds. Hindi siya nalang bola ni Abila. Okay. Pinasa ni Jude kay Kiamas. Kiamas will not finish. Ito na si Jude Torquato. Naku! Ipumasok ang tira. That should do it. This game is over. Ten seconds remaining. Gusto pa ng 4-point shot. Bakit hindi? Pero only 3-point shot yun. Ang ating final score, mga kaibigan, 53 points for Office of Solicitor General and PLDT 120 lead. 23 rather. So they will be joining AFP, DENR, OP, and the other teams that are still undefeated in this tournament. It's going to be a great matchup. Our best player of the ball game, none other than Delovino, with a total of 21 points. Our player of the game ay hatid sa inyo ng San Miguel Global Power. Abangan niyo po ang ating main game, Asen Digitals, Asen Chargers, Digital, panahon PLDT. Ang mga kalaban nila ay ang General Trias. Ito po ang inyo. Stay tuned for the next game.